Hello, everyone. A very warm welcome to today's webinar on Sāṁkhya Darśana and ecological consciousness. My name is Chaitali, and I am the co-founder of Land Insight, which is dedicated to deepening relationships between the living Earth systems. We are recording the call, so if anyone of you doesn't wish to be recorded, please feel free to turn your cameras off. I request everyone to turn your mics off. Before we begin, please allow me to speak a little about Land Insight. At Land Insight, our mission is to create learning opportunities that bring together the wisdom of land and the skills of conscious design. Our courses, workshops, and webinars aim to inspire and equip people with knowledge that fosters respect to the land and its ancient wisdom. I'd like to take a moment to thank the Institute of Relational Being and its co-founder, Joe Culhane. IRB has provided technical support for this webinar, and I encourage you to explore their work. I'll put a link to their website in the chat soon. And now it is my pleasure to introduce our speaker, Dr. Nanda Gopal Biswas. Dr. Nanda Gopal Biswas is an assistant professor of philosophy at Amrita Vishwa Vidyapitham, specializing in Samkhya philosophy and logic. With a PhD from IIT Dhanbad, he has taught at renowned institutions and published widely. His interests include Indian knowledge systems, bioethics, human values, and sustainable development. And with this, Dr. Nanda, I hand over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chaitali. Really appreciate you for your initiative, and I thanks to your organizations. This is my opportunity to explore myself also with the national and international audience. And actually, I am Dr. Nanda Gopal Biswas. I am working on Bharatiya Darshan for health and well-being. So this is my introduction. And especially Bharatiya Darshan, I am working on Sāṁkhya philosophy, as you told. Today we know that today we'll discuss about little bit Sāṁkhya philosophy and its relation with deep ecology and also the importance of sustainable development with its relevance. So before that, I wish to tell a few story, some very short story. Like first story belongs to one teacher and one student. So once upon a time, teacher giving upadesh to his student. So during upadesh, he found that one student is very active and listening very carefully all time, every day. And within few days, he just attracted with this fellow. And also for that reason, other fellows, other students get noticed that teacher only giving important. It's not that giving only important to that fellow. Others also he is giving same value amount of important to other fellows also, but especially he's more careful about that fellow. And after a few days, some group, one group, they came to the teacher and asked, Guruji, why you are doing like that? Whenever you giving such of that intensive or that good amount of lecture, you are just discussing with him and you try to avoid us. It's not avoiding us, but you just try. We are there, but you just giving more important to that fellow. Then the teacher saying that no, I'm not doing like that. I'm giving same value of same amount of importance to everybody. Why you feeling like that? That I'm not giving important to you and only giving important to that fellow only. They all are saying that no, Guruji, we are feeling like that. Then Guruji telling, okay, come with me. Then he just takes some sugar and some sand, mix and drop into the ground. And after a few times, some ant came and they just took the sugar and they left the sand. So now just ask to the student, can you understand what's happening over there? Then students are saying that yes, it's very simple, that ants are taking only sugar from sand. Then the Guru now he's telling that that is the situation with you. I am giving lecture or discussing Upadesh, whatever I'm giving to you all guys, it's mix of sand and sugar. Your duty to take only sugar from sand. So maybe you are unable to differentiate sand and sugar, and that ignorance having, and you are feeling that I am giving importance to that fellow only. So I hope today's my lecture or this discussion, I'm preferably telling that this will be the discussion that and one more thing there, that fellow, what I'm telling that story, that fellow is none other than only the person is Swami Vivekananda, and the Guruji was Ramakrishna Paramahansa. And that is the big things, because why he giving important to only Vivekananda, there's another thing, is question. That question, if you ask question, then half of the problem will be solved. We are unable to ask valid question, good question. We don't have courage to ask questions. So I hope after that discussion today, I'll get good amount of question that my conception, my interpretation, my lecture will be the more important for me also. I can get some ideas from you guys also. And this is one story that question makes important for lives. Another story we can get from one Upanishad called Aranyaka Upanishad. There one story we found that one sage was Yajnavalkya and his wife was Matri, and another wife was Katyayani. Two wives was there. So now Yajnavalkya, now he wished to give all resources to his wife. Now he unable to found to whom, how is the ratio he will distribute it, because you don't know who's needed more resources. He just passed the message to his wife. First he asked Katyayani, the wife, that okay, dear, I wish to give my resources, all resource, all wealth to you and your another wife. So I'm planning to divide it half, 50% to give to you and 50% give to Maitreyi. After this offer, that Katyayani was very happy. He was very happy, jumping, laughing, and left the room, because he will get the half of the resources from his husband. He will be very happy. What else? One wife, one from his husband, 50% resources he will get. Now he called another wife, Matri, and asked same question, same offer, that okay, I offer to Katyayani, she accepted that she will get 50%, and I will get 50%. Are you happy? Now Matri take a pause and ask a question. The question is, even if you give me all resources from you or everything from your side, if I get all the things from the universe, even I'll get peace or I'll be happy. Can you guarantee me? Now Yajnavalkya very shocked. And shocked in the sense that he was happy that yes, this is the person I want to possess my all treasury. Treasury in the sense the knowledge, that knowledge of the ancient wisdom that he has. So that's why he testing his wives, that who are able to ask question. So there, Vivekananda, maybe you heard that Vivekananda first he asked questions, are you seen God? When he reached Paramahansa there, first his question was that, are you seen God? because he was a rationalist. Swami Vivekananda was very rationalist. And the Ramakrishna was very mystic sage. So he just asked questions, the questions. When he saw some Ramakrishna, just ask questions. So that's questions make sense. And in philosophy also, because I am doing philosophy, I'm studying philosophy. So philosophy, there is no concrete evidence, no concrete definition. You can define that this is philosophy. Actually, this is the bad or worst questions. That what is philosophy? You can't define. But I am doing philosophy. I'm all day, I'm discussing, I'm teaching all day Indian philosophy. But there is no definition, proper definition you can define philosophy. So that is the wrong question. You ask, what is philosophy? And you can imagine that this is wrong question makes you sense. We have to ask questions. So from that note, that which two story that I discussed. So I'll go through this. I hope that I'll get some question at the end. Or it is not that I'm telling and you just listening. Any time you can raise your hand. You just ask me, what is this? Okay. So because I want questions. Because this is my way, because it will be dialogue, it will be discussion. It is not my lecture. It is not Dr. Vishwa's lecture. No, this is, we are now one group today. Approx 40 minutes, I will discuss some few concepts, and I hope that end of the discussion, I'll get some questions. So if you seen my slides, can I move my slides? 1 second. So yeah, so this is the abstract. So already I think you've gone through that abstract. So basically that we'll discuss about that deep ecological concept in the lens of Sāṁkhya philosophy. So this is the agenda for today. What are the things, 4 things we will discuss today? So agenda A is the minor and B is the major. Okay, but thing is, even this A section is minor, that is more important. If you not understand these things, then you are not able to connect those B part. So that's why little bit I've gone through very simple way I've gone through this concept. So already we discussed about these things. So first topic is Purushartha. And I hope that for your side, some you're not from the background of philosophy or Indian philosophy. So most of the term I pronounce the Sanskrit term. So I'll try to define all term in English. So that will be better for you. Like Purushartha, if you Purushartha, then this Purushartha comes from 2 words. One word is Purush and another word is Artha. So if you split into Purushartha, Purush plus Artha, then you can easily get the information about Purushartha. Purush in the sense, the consciousness, or you can tell that human being or man. Artha in the sense that meaning. Artha in the sense or aim or goal. Okay, so if you connect the Purush and Artha, then it will be like, what is your aim? That is the Purushartha. So what is your aim? As per Indian philosophy or Hindu tradition or Indian subcontinent conceptions, because it's not about India. We are talking about Indian subcontinent, because what I'm trying to telling from that discussion, it's not about that suddenly emerge. So it's coming from Vedic tradition. And it is not the case that only these conceptions we found in Vedic tradition. We know that we have that ancient civilization like Harappa civilization and Mohenjo-daro. It is basically is finished by 1800 BC approx. So it is we can infer that 3000 BC to 2000 BC we can approach. Now think is, it's not the case that Harappa civilizations only happen in the during 3000 BC to 2000 BC or 1800 BC. That is the excellent, the peak one, Harappa civilization. Before also people was staying there. This is the urbanizations. This is the excellent people. They are, make some buildings or like that. So before people also, but if these conceptions, if we see that these are conception, roughly we can get from the Vedic literature. After a few minutes, I'll discuss the Vedic literature. So come to the Purushartha. So this is basically what is our aim. So as per the tradition, we remind us the tradition that four goals with us. As a human being, we have four goals. First one is dharma, second one is artha, third one is kama, fourth one is moksha. So very simple things. Dharma is the duty. What is your duty? Now, if you are housewife, your duty to preserve your house, take care of house. If you are teacher, your duty teaching. If you are servant, then your duty is service. If you're police, so your duty is just take care of whole society. So as per your capacity, as per I'll go through this all aspect, how I can understand that what is my duty. That is also Sāṁkhya philosophy telling. Later we'll discuss. Now time being that dharma in the sense, roughly we can understand the duty. Because this dharma also comes from one term, Sanskrit, called three. It's called three. That means you have to wear. Okay. If you are human, then you have to behave like human. So like that. So now I'm human here, so I have to behave like human. So that is my duty, nothing else. Then artha is nothing else. It's economical status. So as a human, nowadays, we cannot tell that, no, I don't need money. Without money, I can survive. No, it is impossible to survive without money. We need money, we need resource, we need wealth. So without resource, we are unable to stay. So artha is in the sense that economical status. Now, next is kama. Kama is the pleasure. It is not that physical pleasure. It is pleasure in the sense that absolute pleasure also, that bliss or enjoyment. Maybe now I am thirsty. So if I get some amount of water, my thirst will be gone. So that is also pleasure. So that is pleasure. Then next one, last one is most important, moksha. That is the most important in Indian tradition, Indian philosophy also. That is most important, moksha. That moksha is defined in various traditions, various names. Some are telling apavarga, some telling arhat in Buddhism, some are telling kaivalya, some are telling mukti. So same meaning. What moksha? Nothing. We are not philosophical student here or teacher or researcher. So in general, we can tell that moksha in the sense that get out from your suffering. In the sense. So at one point, there you can feel that, okay, I am done with this. So that is situations called moksha. Maybe it is out of from your worldliness, or maybe your physicalness, maybe mental, maybe transcendental. It is like you are coming one stage there, you are stable, you are not here and there. So you understand the situation now. You are not suddenly react as a one incident. So that is, there are a lot of variation in moksha. So you can get like that moksha in the sense that, okay, cease your suffering, that there is no suffering, that can be called moksha. The next is that Shruti and Smriti. Now, these are the life, our aim of life. So think is now how we can achieve in that four position. How will we can get this moksha, or how we can balance our life, how we can get the knowledge, how we can access our life, what are the things we can follow, what are the things we have to read. So these are the things we have to follow. There's Shruti and Smriti. These are the whole Vedic literature. Roughly we divided into two, that one is Shruti, one is Smriti. Whole things divided into two. And Shruti, nothing else, only Vedas. Some are accepting that Shruti as a Bhagavad Gita also. But there's also controversy also there. But Vedas are Shruti. It is true. And Shruti in the sense, it is that what is heard. Shruti means, Shruti comes from Shravan, by hear. So Shruti. And Smriti in the sense, what is you have to remember. So in that sense, you can say that Vedas are only what is heard, because we know that Vedas is not written by humans. As per tradition, so they accept that that is called Auporisio, that it is not made by Purush, means man, humans. It's beyond Purush. It's beyond human. Some people are there, maybe it's God or some transcendental entity was there. They are just giving the passes the word man to man, then they capture. Some are written, some in 1500 BC to 500 BC or 600 BC. That is the timing Vedas are written, but it is not that people are written. It's the word, the concept. It's as per the tradition, Hindu tradition or Vedic tradition. They believe that it's Auporisio. It's not made by human. And later part that Shrutis emerge, because the Vedas are very hard to understand. These are only verses, very 2 lines, 3 lines, 2 lines, 1 lines verses are there. So like Vam Brahmasmi, Tattamasi, these are the verses. So you are not unable to understand that, you are unable to understand that with the one verses that whole universe is explained. So later people need to understand, because the very within a few minutes I will discuss that why is needed Smriti emerge, why is you have to understand Smriti, why is needed, and why the Vedas are written, because people are forgetting. Because nowadays it is not possible that one man can be specialized in every subject. If you see that the previous people or ancient sage, they are expert in many ways. If I get example about Aristotle, Aristotle is the pioneer of lot of things. He's a biologist, he is a logician, he is a scientist, a mathematician, he is a geography people. So everywhere he is the pioneer of on it. So nowadays it's not possible. Specialization is there. During my 11th standard or 12th standard, we studied one story that one story was there, that one person is specialized only shining shoes only right leg, and one person is specialized in left leg. That is happening in the society. It is not possible one person can shine the both shoes. So like that. So because people are forgetting, that's why the Vedas are written, and also after that also that Shrutis is written. And if you see that Vedas are very vast, there are 4 Vedas, and every Vedas having 4 portion, that is called Samhita, Brahman, Aranyak, Upanishad. So if you see Samhita and 4 Vedas is Rig, Sam, Yajur, Atharva. So I'm not gone through this all things, because it will be then lengthy discussion. So I just roughly I'm going that that these are the things you can understand how vast literature was there, and how intelligence was there. People are how they're thinking. You can imagine right now it's not possible to create that much of literature right now. It's not about literature. They are discussing everything. If you see Vedangas, there are 6 Vedangas are there. So if you see Upavedas, there are 4 Upavedas are there. It's not about that literature. They are discussing about God or external things like that. No, they are discussing about science, technology, astronomy, astrology, everything they are discussing. So these are the things. So Shruti we can get only from Vedas, and also some sages they accepted that Vedas are Shrutis. If you come into the these conceptions, that from the section A, third concept, that ashram dharma and varnashram dharma, you can get that ashram dharma is that what you have to do in your life. Okay, so as per your life, you have to live. They are assumed that you will live 100 years. So as per your life, so some portion in your life. So after 25, your life will be the brahmacharya. So you are not allowed to think anything else than study. You have to go gurukuls or school or college. After 25, you have to study. You can think about the relationship also. You have to follow only gurus, teacher, only teacher. Now this is, I found in classes also, very few students are interested in studying. And this is the problem. This is the problem. They are diverted. They are not studying when they need it. And study is the important. That is the Ashram Dharma's first one, that your brahmacharya. You have to follow brahmacharya. You have to keep your power inside. After a brahmacharya, and in this brahmacharya, you have to follow Samhita. If you see that, that first one, that Chaturved, next Samhita. Samhita in the sense mantra, only hymns. You have to chant. You have to remember all time. If I chant one slok like Loka Samastha Sukhino Bhavantu, so like it's not like that Loka Samastha Sukhino Bhavantu. You have to chant like Samastha Sukhino Loka Samastha Bhavantu Sukhino Bhavantu. So it will be changed. So maybe they will divided some people. Okay, you will chant like that, Loka Samastha Sukhino Bhavantu. Okay, you chant like that, Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samastha. That way Vedas are preserved. That's why the word not lost. All Vedas from the 1500 BC now, all Vedas are preserved, and we can get that. That's all because they are practicing like that. So this is the time brahmacharya, the Samhita. You have to understand Samhita from your life. Now next is grihastha. Grihastha means your life. You have to get married, and you have to understand your life, and that is come from Brahman. The second one, Samhita Brahman, rituals. You have to understand rituals. How you have to follow. What are the pattern you have to follow from your guru? How you get the information from your gurus? You have to follow in your life. I'm giving example. Telling one story, so you can get the ideas. One day, one student asked his guru that, Guruji, now I am become 25 or 26, 24. So I'm going to home. So Grihasthashram. So I'm getting very soon married. So what will be the advice for me? Then he just took him his home. And his home, he and his wife is staying. So after reaching his home, Guru asked his wife, giving some food. So during food, it was daytime, and asked his wife, just give the lamp, light the lamp. It was visible everything, and he asked his wife, light the lamp. Just his wife come with lamp and light the lamp in front of his, but it's visible. After that, he just observed, and the student observing whatever Guru is telling to his wife is just following. It is an example I'm giving one. They are also there. After finishing food, they are roaming over there, and it was summer. His wife come with one shawl and just give his shoulder, and he will telling that he will get cough or cold. Just take it. It was very hot, but Guru is not argue. Just accept and go. After just escaping from home, just he just confused. What is going on? He just, Guru, what is going on? You are getting what, and you are wearing shorts. Why you are not to stop your wife, and why your wife is not stopping you? That you are just accepting everything. He just telling that is called life. That is called grihastha. You have to accept. You can't argue. You can't question like that. You have to, whatever come to you, you have to accept. That's all. So now you're going to marry. That is my advice. So that is grihastha. What I told you in the brahmacharya with Samhita, you just follow. Don't questions. Then next one is Banpastha. That is third one. You can see that Banpastha is there. Yes, you can see or not. Banpastha, third one. So Banpastha is, now you have to go. Banpastha is called Ban. It's called forest. You have to, now you get knowledge about that Samhita, Vedas, mantras. Now you experience your life with wife, your family, you have child. Now you became 50 years. You can calculate now 25 is brahmacharya, up to 50 is the grihastha, then 50. Now your child became 25. Now you have to left your home. Now you're going to the one forest. Now you understanding that. One second. Yes, now you're understanding you're going to Arannak. Here we call the level Banpastha. The stage my life is Banpastha after marriage, after 50. And you will get the knowledge from the Vedas. It's called Arannak. Arannak is also Ban, it's forest. So now after 25 years, you will spend in forest. You will complement with your all knowledge. And after 75, you will return into the society. This is called sannyas. Now your duty is giving all knowledge. Like you have knowledge about Samhita, Brahmacharya, you have knowledge about your marriage life, you have knowledge about Banpastha, your single life. So now all three level you complying, and now you're giving to the knowledge about all the society. That is the your level of your life. Now, why that is Varnashram Dharma? That is the main crucial things in our society now. People think that Varnashram Dharma is the caste system. It is not. Very soon discuss about from the Sāṁkhya perspective that Varnashram Dharma based on your capacity. That if you see that this is the, I discuss about Shruti, this is Smriti. Smriti are come under, this I got from Wisdom Library from one page. So it is not concrete, but they roughly these are the Shrutis. So there are Dharma Shastra, Itihas called Ramayana Mahabharata, Puranas, 18 Puranas are there. Smriti, Manusmriti, including Manusmriti, there are 18 Smritis there. Agamas, Darshana, 6 Darshanas are there. So Ramayana, Mahabharata, Puranas, Agamas, Darshan Shastras, Smritis, Vedas, Upaveds, Vedangas, Upangas, these all come under 1.5 million verses and sutras. Now, if you get all knowledge about this, or approx 1.5 million verses and sutras, if you understand all sutras, all verses, then you will get the designation called Brahmin. So it is not the case that the son of Brahmin will be the Brahmin. Clear? So as per your knowledge, if you get all knowledge about all Vedas, all Upanishads, all things, then you will be called Brahmin. And if you are not able to understand, then can be Kshatriya. You can see that Kshatriya is there. Kshatriya, those who are now fighting for the kingdom. The kings are Kshatriya. Then Vaishya, those who are businessmen. If you are intelligent to business, economics, then you will be businessmen. And Shudra in the sense that you will be served for other groups. It is not lower caste. It is the based on your interest. Maybe you have gone through that Brahmacharya, Grihastha, Banpastha, Sannyas. Now interest for serving. Then you will go for Shudra. There are a lot of people community from the Shudra. They are sage also. They written Upanishads also. They are excellent sage. So it is not caste system at all. So this is actually the notion about your capacity as per the quality. I'll go through the Sāṁkhya perspectives also. Now, one of the things is we gone through that Vidya and Kala. One is Vidya is knowledge, Kala is arts. There are 16 or 20, so 64 Kalas are there in Indian tradition, and Vidya is knowledge, techniques, science. If you see this Vidya, then you can get that Sāṁkhya philosophy comes from that Vidya also. Because the Sāṁkhya philosophy, that itself, the name is Sam plus Kya. It's Sam means perfect, and Kya means knowledge, the perfect knowledge. So Sāṁkhya gives you perfect knowledge. And now I come to our important part that Sāṁkhya philosophy with the notion of Deep Ecology. Before that, I gone through this some concept that Sāṁkhya philosophy, they're talking about that Purusha and Prakriti. In Sāṁkhya philosophy, I told you that Vedic tradition started from 1500 BC, and it's approx up to 600 or 500. At that period, that all darshanas is emerged. And we have Hindu darshan 6. And apart from Hindu darshan, there are heterodox system up there. They call Nastic, like Jainism, Buddhism, Ajivik, Agyan. These are the heterodox Nastic, or they call Shravanic also. But I'm not going through this. I'll just come to the Sāṁkhya philosophy. Sāṁkhya is the commander Astic. They believe in Vedas. They accept the authority of Vedas, but they are not believing in gods. They are atheist. This is the beautiful things for Sāṁkhya philosophy. They are not believing God. Without God also, it's possible well-being, spirituality. This is the example of Sāṁkhya philosophy. They are accepting that Purusha is that Purusha in the sense that consciousness part. They just divided the whole universe in two fundamental categories. One is Purusha, one is Prakṛti. Purusha is the consciousness part, Prakṛti is the matter. And whole world or universe is emerged from only Prakṛti, because Prakṛti is a mother. This is the main principle, main cause. Because somewhere we have to stop. If you not stop somewhere, then you will be infinite righteousness. You know about it or not? You can't stop. You have to stop one point. That point is Prakṛti here. And it is now a lot of scientific research on it, that this Prakṛti conceptions, it's Prakṛtis, there are 3 constituents are there, Sattva, Raja, Tama. So this also, they're very much similar with science. Nowadays we are talking about science. I'm talking about 600 BC story. That time there is no science, there are no science. They are telling about Shastra. They are telling about Dharma, Karma, Yagna, Tapas. These are the they are telling about. What you have to do? Just you have to follow your gurus. You have to follow your guru, your teacher, your father, your mother, your king, your scriptures. Now we have technology, we have science. But what relevant? Later I'll come to that. What relevant this IKS or that ancient wisdom? What is relevant? So these are the things dualistic. They believe in two. You can understand. We have our body that one is consciousness, but one is matter. And this matter having 3 constituents, the 3 aspects. One aspect is called Sattva. This is very light. Its color is white. Purity. Always gives lights. Rajas, activity always. Its color is a red. Always activity. Never stop. One is tamas. Always dull. Always sleeping. It's black. So if you have sattva, then your mind will be the very intelligence. Critical thinking, reasonable discussion, scientific temperament you can get. That is very nowadays, that is lacks of in our mind, that scientific temperament. That is needed. That is Sattvic life. If you see the abstract, I mentioned that Sattvic life. That I cannot say that I don't have Rajas and Tamas. I have. But I have to shine myself with that purity, that light, that whiteness. This is the conception from the metaphysics, dualistic metaphysics. Now come to the Sāṁkhya anthropocentrism from Deep Ecology. What are the conception we can found? And I'm not going through that when, how Deep Ecology emerged and what are the principles. I just gone because time already 40 I saw. So now just you can see that the values from Sāṁkhya. I told that everything emerged from Prakṛti, because Prakṛti is the root cause for this universe. And if you see the Sāṁkhya philosophy, they accept 2 fundamental category, and again they accept 23 tattas in the sense principles. These are the buddhi, ahankar, manas. Then senses, 5 sense organ, 5 motor organs, 5 pancha bhutas. Then pancha means 5. Then pancha tanmatras, that is subtle elements. These are the 20. Then 22. These are the 20. 5 sense organ, 5 motor organ, 10. 5 gross element, that is like water, fire, ether, air, and one more is there. It is Sanskrit Kshiti, Ap, Tej, Marudbam. These are the 5. Okay, so that Kshiti is soil, like earth. Kshiti, Ap is water. Tej is fire. Murd is air. And Bom is Akash, ether. So these are the 5 gross element. The subtle element, like Rup, Rash, Gandha, Sparsha. These are the 5 subtle. This is the sense organ, motor organ, gross element, subtle element, 20, 5, 5, 5, 20. Then Buddhi, Ahankara, Man. These are the 3. 23. Then Prakriti, Purush, 25. So these 25 tattas, principles are there, whole. And 2 are the fundamental, Purush and Prakriti. And this is the concept of the very aligned with the bio, that deep ecology, that non-anthropocentrism, because there only Prakriti is there, because humans are not superior. As per Sāṁkhya philosophy, that Prakriti, everything having Prakriti, you have only Prakriti. That table, that laptop, everything have Prakriti as per the Sāṁkhya philosophy. These are the 5 gross elements are there. The ratio may be different. That 5 gross element. Now we have, I think, 118 basic element. Hydrogen, helium, nitrogen, these are basic element. During my study, 2002 or 2003, that 8, 9 standard, we studied 98 basic element. Now it's increasing because science is developed, discovering more basic elements. So I'm telling about that 2000 years ago story. That time they are telling that 5 elements are there, gross elements are there. They explain like that. That these are the mainly emerge everything from that Prakriti. And all are gunas. Everything having 3 gunas, the Sattva, Raja, Tamas. If you have Sattva more, then you will be very intelligent. If you less, if you Rajas, then you will be very active. If you have Tamas, you will be very sleepy person. These are the things. So this is the non-anthropocentric conception in Sāṁkhya philosophy. That is very common to, very similar to the deep ecology. And another is that interconnectedness. If you see that the evolutions in they telling about evolution, this evolution called in Sāṁkhya philosophy Parinambad, manifestations, that all are evolved from the Prakriti. With the system is there, that this is the process are there. First evolution is buddhi, intellect. Then after buddhi is ahankar, ego. Then mind. Then mind will be the bridge from the outside and the inside. So this is the process. So these are the interconnected. It's not that there is no connection. These are the interconnected with not one. It's all entity. It's not about that within human. It is not within human. It is across the all entity. That trees, that other creatures, the same amount of constituent are there. The Sattva, Rajas, Tamas. Because it's all are called Prakriti. All come from Prakriti. That is interconnected. So this is the one more similarity we can found from Sāṁkhya perspectives from deep ecology. Then hierarchical is there one more point that there is no hierarchy. As for Sāṁkhya philosophy, there is no hierarchy. How? Because same argument. Because we are 2 things are there. One is Purusha, one is Prakriti. Purusha is consciousness part, Prakriti is a non-consciousness part, that matter. So you cannot be the superior in the society. You cannot be cannot if you are cutting the trees and forest, you making buildings, and you telling that I am making AC and AI, DeepSeek or Grok, I am making everything. It's not your creation. You just develop. You have some data, you just develop some. You cannot create something. You can develop, you can discover. So for that reason, you cannot be superior. And this is the things, what is the ethical implications? Because the problem in the Sāṁkhya philosophy, they mention that it is avidya. Avidya in the sense, ignorance, lacks of knowledge. You feel that you are superior. You feel that you are better positions because of lacks of knowledge. During my PG, I feel that I know logic very well, Indian philosophy very well. Now I understand that I know very few things. Even I know that I cannot claim. Perhaps my opinion can be true like that. I cannot claim that my perceptions, my knowledge, my understanding is the best, and this is the perfect. As per science, the science that if anyone criticize or prove wrong the previous scientists, they are celebrating that yes, I just prove wrong that fellow. If nowadays if someone just prove wrong that Einstein, then we will celebrate that yes, someone creates history or something. So that is scientific temperament. So for that, we need perfect knowledge. How it will be happen? Because then they are telling about Vivek Gyan. Gyan in the sense knowledge. I told that Sāṁkhya philosophy telling about knowledge. They are telling about 3 types of suffering we have. Adhyatmika, Adi Bhautika, Adi Daivika. Adhyatmika is in the sense, Adhyatmika means ourself only, within me. If someone not reply, or if I put WhatsApp status, I have 300 contact in WhatsApp, 30 people are watch my WhatsApp status, that is my ignorance. I'll be unhappy. I have 400 Facebook friend, I post something and just 5 people are likes. I'll be unhappy. That is happening in the society. So that is called ignorance. You are in the trap. We are in the trap. We don't know what to do. So that is called Adhyatmika. Adi Bhautika is from Bhuta. It's from outside from me. Maybe from the trees, maybe from the dog. Not from me, it's outside. Adi Bhautika. Next one, last one is Adi Doibika. It's like natural disasters, like earthquake or like that. We can get some suffering. So we have to reduce this suffering. And Sāṁkhya philosophy purpose is not that the Sāṁkhya philosophy is the best. No. I start with the story with Ramakrishna and Vivekananda, and I'm concluding with the same person. Ramakrishna telling them, Jata mat tata pat. It is Bengali. Maybe you are not aware about Bengali. It's like Jata mat tata pat in the sense that there are a lot of opinion will be there, and there will be lot of way will be there. We have to choose that path. If you're having suffering, just find out the cause. You will get the way. And the questions. You have to raise the questions. That yes, I'm doing this one. It is valid. Why I'm doing here? Why am I'm speaking over there? That's questions. What is the needed? So this question we have to develop with scientific temperament. So that vivek, that knowledge from the Sāṁkhya philosophy can give. It's not that Sāṁkhya philosophy only, because I mentioned from the beginning that there are vast knowledge system that is called IKS, Indian knowledge system or Indic knowledge system. There are vast. You cannot, get into the one point. There are vast. That is the possible way. Maybe you can just get some knowledge, get out of from your suffering with the knowledge about yourself from the detachment of the matter. That is the Sāṁkhya philosophy's core principle. And these are the things already I discussed, that how we can shifting towards systematic change. That is knowledge needed because we don't, because we have ego. That I told that that Sāṁkhya philosophy, that evolution started with buddhi, then ego. That ego is important. Ahankar, they call ahankar. Ahankar is very bad. And what I discussed today, that is like, sand and sugar. I believe, because I'm not telling that all are worst. I believe that something I tell you, discuss over there, some mix of sand and sugar. So now I'll get some sugar from you also. I hope you will throw that all sand and I'll get some question. So that's all from me. Thank you for patiently listen. I'm hoping good questions.
Thank you, Dr. Biswas. That was a great and insightful session for me. And yes, the floor is now open for questions. If anyone has a question or a comment or anything that you would like to share, please feel free to unmute and share.
I'm extremely sorry that electricity gone.
That's all right. I was wondering where did you drop off? Yeah, I think people are taking some time to warm up to ask questions. But yes, for me, I feel, oh, yes. Dr.
Hello,
Mudassir. Yes, yes, sir, please.
am I audible?
Yes, you are.
My question for Dr. Biswas is, since we know that Sāṁkhya is based on Prakṛti and Purush, so can we relate it with the male or female, or can say like that nature with the male or female Prakṛti and Purush? Is it something like that? Hello?
Yes, I got your question, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good. This is a very good questions.
They are saying that
So,
if yeah. Hello.
Yes, we have received your question. I think Dr. Biswas' bandwidth is low. Dr. Biswas, do you want to turn your camera off so that we can hear you clearly?
okay. Now, am I audible?
Yes, better.
Okay. So the question is that Prakriti can be female and Purush can be male or not. So if in India, that Purush is, in general, we call Purush as a masculinity or man. And here, in that sense, it's not, because maybe the Prakriti can be feminine, maybe female. Okay, you can get the idea. You can, similar with that I'm not discussing Sāṁkhya because the main authentic text is the Sāṁkhya for Sāṁkhya philosophy. They are Prakriti as a described as a Prasab Dharmini. So Prasab, Prasab, what do you mean by Prasab? Prasab in the sense that giving birth. Okay, so now we can tell, okay, Prakriti is the feminine, okay, as a we can female we can take, but the conception about the Purusha, that is the conception of Purusha, it's not so like Purusha as a male. Purusha in the sense that consciousness. Okay. Now, thing is, the one important thing is maybe that in the beginning of the universe or creation, before Big Bang Theory, whatever, maybe there will be the one things that is only Prakriti. Inside Prakriti can be Purusha also. There is one conception in Sāṁkhya philosophy is there. One more example I can get that, you know that Lord Shiva, you can find one picture, he having one side female, one side male. Can you seen that picture? Ever? You find, okay? So that means they're not two, there is one. In that sense, we can tell that maybe, because it's maybe because that Sāṁkhya philosophy, there are some other schools are there within Sāṁkhya. What I discussed today, it's basically from classical Sāṁkhya, from the Sāṁkhya Karika. One Sāṁkhya philosophy tradition, they believe that there is no two duality, there is one only, that is Prakriti only. Purusha come under Prakriti. In that sense, there is no notion about Purush as a man, male. Only female is there. That is called Prakriti. That is called nature only. So only nature is exist, nothing else. That is called Prakriti. That is another interpretation of Sāṁkhya philosophy. But classical Sāṁkhya, they are telling that no, two are there. But this is consciousness, it is not male. Because female have also consciousness, yes or no? This is the conception. So as a interpretation, you can take, okay, that is Prakriti as a female, but Purush is not male. Purush as a consciousness in Indian philosophy. Is it okay, sir?
Okay, it is okay. Because I think most of the
Is it?
questioners in classroom, they are saying that when we think about the evolution in Sāṁkhya, just like we take the concept of egg, we take egg from which an chick is born. So here we take these concepts, sattva, rajas, and tamas. If sattva is more than the chick came out of the egg and becomes very furious, very light and bright. If rajas, then it became very prevalent or very active. If tamas, then it become lazy. But Prakriti and Purush, to some extent, these are very much, I think, very much complicated, because some says that it is the same, two aspects of the same ultimate reality. Like one contains, one is conscious,
Yes, sir.
another is unconscious. One is active, another is inactive. Now it is okay.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
it's a
yes.
very good lecture. Thank you, sir.
Yes, yes. Because I just continue your concern, sir. Actually, that's why I'm telling that there are some school in Sāṁkhya itself. One is Charak Samhita. You know, Charak Samhita is the that masterpiece of medicine, Ayurveda. In
Yeah,
Charak
Charak
Samhita also, yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay,
Charak Samhita also mentions Sāṁkhya philosophical concepts. There, they mention that Purusha is not outside from the Prakriti. It is a part of Purusha, a Prakriti, because all are Prakriti. And evolution is that the continuous evolutions. It's some, if they're calling about equilibrium of the three gunas, three constitutes, then there is no evolutions. If there is any disturbance, there will be the evolutions. In your mind or in your body, there will be the problem, you will be suffering. If all balance in your life, there is no problem then. So like that in Prakriti, all three gunas are very balanced. They call Prakriti, Sammavastha, Prakriti. But these three qualities, that these constituents are very dominating each other. Because these are very contradictory each other. So that's why evolution is started as per the Sāṁkhya philosophy.
Thank you, Dr. Biswas, and
And this
thank you, Dr.
interpretation is
Mudassir.
different from
Yes.
yes.
Yes, we could carry on this discussion on email. For now, we could move to the next question because we are running out of time. If that's okay, I'd like to invite
Sure.
Natalia to ask her question.
Hi. I just wanted to say that like this is like super mind-blowing to me because like I'm so like far from like the Indian knowledge and like now that I'm getting to like the regeneration movement, I don't know if you guys are like aware of it. It's like it makes so much sense, this type of philosophy. And I just wanted to know if you have like any recommendations on literature that I can review or websites or any material to know more about this type of philosophy.
I'm not getting, ma'am. For what resource you want?
Any type like that you can recommend, like maybe books or
On Indian literature, like Indian.
yeah, like I mean in this for this type of philosophy, like about the Sāṁkhya philosophy. I mean.
Okay. I got. Okay, so yes, sure. So for that we can get Larson one. Larson text is there. Shankha, classical Shankha, it's called. And from Ramakrishna Mission, having some Shankha Karika, they are publishing that's based on Shankha philosophy. And if you see Indian philosophy, then you can get Yadunath Sinha or Radhakishan, Oxford University publishing some books are there, Indian philosophy. Radhakishan, Yadunath Sinha, these are the writer, Indian writer. And S.N. Dasgupta is an excellent text. S.N. Dasgupta in Indian philosophy. And these are the now I'm just reminding. So, and else I can mail to the Chaitali ma'am. You can get on basically particular these topics. Okay, so because nowadays it's emerging very well because now from the India now we are having some conception about IKS, Indian knowledge system. So government of India also giving a lot of money. You can get some fund projects, grants. You can get some collaboration work also. So the possibilities is there. So if you have some interest in the Indian knowledge system, you can go through Indian knowledge system IKS web page. So there you can get everything. And government of India having one web page also. That is Vedic Heritage Portal. So Vedic Heritage Portal also, you can get all type of information about Indian knowledge system, the Vedas, Upanishads, this all. Yes, these are the things I just reminding now. Anything else, ma'am?
That will be all. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Natalia, and
Sure.
thank you, Dr.
Thank you.
Biswas. I want to thank everyone for your presence. If any one of you would still have questions or comments or would like to speak to Dr. Biswas, please write to me and I could put you in touch with Dr. Biswas through email. And we must now bring this session to a close. I want to thank Dr. Biswas for this incredible session. And for ending this session, I would like to share a little poetry from Gitanjali by Rabindranath Tagore. This is the 69th poem of the Gitanjali, the Gitanjali poetry. The same stream of life that runs through my veins, night and day, runs through the world and dances in rhythmic measures. It is the same life that shoots in joy through the dust of the earth in numberless blades of grass and breaks into tumultuous waves of leaves and flowers. It is the same life that is rocked in the ocean cradle of birth and of death, in ebb and in flow. I feel my limbs are made glorious by the touch of this world of life, and my pride is from the life throb of ages dancing in my blood this moment. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Biswas, especially for sharing this knowledge with us. And thank you, everyone, for your participation.